Good morning. Welcome to our section. We are happy to stay here in Osaka with best friends, with our rare friends, and we have different presentations. In the first, we have different lectures and one question kicks about one person. The first is Raul. Where is Raul? Can Raul? Raul for Acciona. He is the Manager Director of Occupational Health and Safety for different countries. And all is for you.
Here. Okay, so good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending today. I know that today is a more difficult day. We are in the last day. Today is Saturday, and I think everyone is excited to continue and to finish and to enjoy the weekend. So thank you very much, everyone, for the effort that you are doing to be here. First of all, we are going to be landing more or less about our company, what has been the process that has been going during the last year when we are talking about digitalization and the future that is coming, about this new challenge that is coming for all our companies. In the last days, we have been listening in the different sessions, not only here, but also down, talking and making reflection and making document and making analysis about what is this that is coming when we are talking about the new technology and digitalization that is coming all around the world, and what are the effects that are coming for the companies. This is good because it's something that we have been thinking during a long time, but it's true also that now it's something that we need to pass from this moment of thinking to the action, but it's because it's true that this digitalization process is something that is coming. I'm talking in general about digitalization, but really what I want to go is how it's going to be affecting to the health and safety. It's something that is moving very fast. We have the impression that when we are arriving to one point, suddenly this is changing to another point. We have started all the company to make this implementation from the initial idea that we have about the analysis. Why we are doing this? Because it's not only to be thinking about that. We need to start acting because it's going to have a big impact in the work sites that we have currently. It's something that we are suffering even in our companies. When I say that this has an impact, it doesn't mean that it needs to be good or bad, can be any of they both, but what is sure is that we cannot be just staying, and we need to be moving forward and try to look our best to adapt to the new things that are coming. The traditional models that we have and a strategy about health and safety are starting to be kind of exhausted. When I say exhaust, it's not that they are not valid, but it's true that in some points it's not well adapted to the new situation that are coming in the companies. So with this kind of digitalization that we are doing currently, what is happening is that even little companies that were not able to be adapt to the models that we have traditionally is helping them to make this jump to this new technology that is coming. When we go to the result, is something that we see in our company, for example, is that the digitalization is coming with a change in the organizational way that we are doing the things in the company, because it's true that currently it's affecting even to the workers that we have on site. When I say to the workers, it's because it's coming with two main effects when we are talking about this digitalization. The first one is directly affecting to what we call the ergonomic system of the way that they are doing the things on site. We saw that the workers, for example, are all the time working with this gadget that we have on site. They are all the time doing like that. It's affecting the way that they are doing the things. They are sometimes not paying even attention to the things that they are doing. And this is a direct impact that is the new risk that is coming with this technology. In a second step, it's true that we need to be adapting to what are the effects and the regulation that are coming due to this digitalization. That is the second leg that we have about the risk that is coming with this digitalization. We are currently finding situations, for example, where we are talking about, for example, going to the workers. We have, for example, workers that are on a scaffold and they have this kind of need of be using the gadget that they have. So they are decreasing because of this addiction the attention that they are having to the task. In the other way, when we are talking about the regulation, what we are finding is that we have a lot of limitation when we are trying to move forward to be looking how to be using this technology to improve the real safety that we have on site. For example, we are currently working in some investigation, working with some universities and some private companies where I'm going to place you a clear example. These drivers that they have, these gadgets that currently we know that are, for example, in the cars, that they are detecting with biometric what is if the workers are sleeping or not. Right? This is one of the things that sometimes we see. So it's something that is detecting what is happening to the worker when it is about to be sleeping, because it's detecting that you are about to be closing your eyes or something. But even this thing is something that has been implementing for long. Okay? And this is working and is well accepted and all. But now, for example, we are working in a way that with a new investigation where they are detecting, for example, the wave, there are some kind of sensors that can be placed on the head of the worker or whoever, where they are detecting the wave of the brain. And then is able to detect in advance before the situation is happening that this worker, in a matter of seconds, is going to have the effect. So, but here we are coming with one of the challenges that is what is the limitation in between the privacy and the right of the worker in front of the safety. So this is the balance. We see that the technology is moving very fast. We are looking for this part that is the human being part of this. That is how the worker is going to be embedded by this new technology that is coming. And what we are finding is that even the regulation currently are not running in parallel in a good way as the technology is moving. We have the safety, we have the technology, we have the regulation, and it happens that not these three are working together. In our company, we are trying really to humanize that. We have passed from the traditional safety. We have been moving to this digitalization to be able to be adapting with robotics, with different gadgets, with smart cameras that we have also on site, where you are able to be detecting, for example, with artificial intelligence, if, for example, workers are not using helmet or workers are not using any kind of high visibility vest, depending what are the parameters that we are doing. But we are finding the more that we are trying to use this kind of technology to improve the safety on site, we find that the regulation sometimes is not coming with us. Not only that, that even depending what is the country that you are moving, you are finding different situations. And the problem with the regulation, in depending what area, what region, is that sometimes they are even blocking in advance this movement that they are coming with the digitalization. So it's maybe like a discussion that we are having currently about how to be doing that in a proper way, even in our company, because we are facing this kind of challenge all around and in all the ways that we are doing the things. In our case, now I'm going to try to move a little forward, because if not, we have been creating what we call the Smart Center. The Smart Center is a center where during the last 10 years, there was an idea coming with our global director, that is Pablo Yáñez, that is in here, has a lot of ideas about different programs that we were doing about safety that were affecting all the chain of value of what we call a company, coming from the basic workers to the supplier to the top management, including the process of digitalization of all of this. So all the programs that we were doing in all these years, that as I was mentioning, was included robotics, was included artificial intelligence, was including this smart camera. We have also gathering here all the data analysis that we are doing, reaching a point that with this smart center, we are bringing all the information to one point, and with artificial intelligence model, we are able to do in a short period. Now we are doing something, even prediction about what can be happening in the future and where. Meaning to say that I don't know if it is currently like in a period of 3 days, we will be able, for example, to know what is the more probabilistic to have an accident and in what site and when. So that for us, that are the professionals of health and safety, is something that is amazing. If you are able to know in advance where are going to be happening the accidents. So what I want to show is all the big possibility that we have when we are talking about digitalization, the new era that is coming, the models that currently are starting to be exhausted, and all the possibilities, and the world that is open when we are talking about artificial intelligence. And once this is said, I'm going to play you a short video about what is our smart center that is going to be even better explained than me. Okay, so here it goes.
Concern about digitalization and the management of health and safety in the workplace has led Acciona to create an intelligence center. This is an important communication and data analysis center that records information on health and safety provided by sources both internal and external to the projects. Everything happens in real time by way of alarms and notifications that enable early detection of the risks as well as a greater capacity of decision-making, thus successfully improving efficiency in the management of the safety and well-being of the workers. The Intelligence Center has 2 differentiated displays. Map display, used to carry out a study of trends with the aim of establishing predictive patterns. Data display, that enables the analysis of the KPIs and the dashboard of the work centers. This display shows various maps that are selected by the user based on the information they need to see. This map analysis methodology offers great predictive strength in matters such as absenteeism, emotional health, subcontracting, intelligent cameras, or measurement devices, aiming to create and develop adaptive smart algorithms to ensure that the estimation of risks takes variability into consideration, thereby increasing precision in the estimation of undesirable events. The right-hand margin displays the alarms and notifications of the centers registered during the last 24 hours. One of the alarms generated at the center allows monitoring of work planning through an exclusive system developed by Acciona, Safety Engineering Intelligent Planning, which is used to plan critical activities prior to the execution of the project. It is an innovative digital tool that promotes specialized and personalized intelligent plans capable of responding to the risk prevention demands in all areas. SEIP centralizes tasks and enables the intelligent processing of images, whereby its agile and simple handling simplifies the most complex jobs, integrating procedures in an intuitive and efficient manner. The Smart Center has an advanced weather forecasting system integrated that allows for 3 days' notice of temperature, wind, and rain conditions anywhere in the world, so that action plans can be implemented to deal with extreme weather events with sufficient notice. In addition to the weather alert system, the center also monitors working conditions using smart devices that check factors such as air quality, humidity, ambient temperature, and the level of thermal stress exposure in real time. These devices are part of the workers' regular equipment. There are alert parameters established using artificial intelligence tools that alert both the worker and the control center, allowing immediate action to be taken to safeguard the workers at all times. Subcontractor management. The Intelligence Center allows us to analyze trends and correct deviations in the coordination of business activities associated with the projects, in which tools are used for the management of employee access, equipment and machinery, as well as the quality and approval of partner companies. Intelligent cameras installed in projects that allow the standardization of important events, their graphical representation in the center, and warnings of undesired events. As a key element for this analysis, we have a tool based on artificial intelligence that allows us to analyze images in real time to identify non-compliance or bad practices that may generate a risk in the work activity. Identification of proper use of PPE, detection of the presence of machinery, risk due to machine-person distance, dynamic identification of people in danger zone, identification and counting of people and media, social distance and travel tracking, drone compatibility, accident alert and identification by uniform, helmet, or logo. The communication for the alarm management can be carried out via 4 channels: in-person visit by the technician, telephone call, email, via a remote session. With the use of the remote HS application, we are able to connect in real time, making this an optimum way of communicating with the people located in the work center affected by the alarm. As part of Acciona's digital transformation process, we have a training tool designed with 2 objectives in mind: time optimization and improvement of the quality of health and safety content. The digitalization of training has become one of our strengths. Incorporating new technologies into the learning process, QR codes, augmented reality, 360-degree scenarios, etc. This center represents the fusion of Acciona's values and the most cutting-edge technology, together for you and for your safety.
One thing that we need, and now I finish, okay? I'm not going to be boring anymore. But just to make a little summarize about this, it's true that we have this smart center, okay? But the most important thing here always is going to be the human. This is never going to be working alone. As we know, we have a lot of digitalization, but at the end, the human being, the human factor is a very important thing in all that we are doing here. This is never working alone. We can never forget that this is just a tool that at the end, going from the site to the smart center or going to the smart center to the site, at the end we have always people that is at the end the scope of all of this. And this is what we never need to be losing when we are talking about this new era that is coming about digitalization. Okay, so that's all. So thank you
very much. But just a moment, Raul. I have just a question, no? What is the most important ethical use in relationship with occupational health and safety, no? In Acciona today?
The more
ethical use, not technical, wonderful, but ethical, no? Because
no, at the end, when we are talking about ethical, it's a little what I'm saying. We are talking about the human. It's never to forget that all that we do about health and safety is about the people. It's about taking care of the people. And the end of the scope of this is the worker, and for them to go home, and for everyone to be feeling comfortable and never losing this part of what is the service that we are doing when we are doing health and safety. Because it's true that some people sometimes lose a little the vision about for what we are doing this. And we can never forget the for what. and for what is at the end for the workers, for the well-being of the worker, and for them, once again, to go home safe with their family. So this is the more important thing of all of this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, the next, yes, Hiroyuki Kawamoto, yes, Kawamoto, yes, SALS for Japan region, Bosch Global Software, wherever you want.
Good morning, everyone. I am Hiroyuki Kawamoto from Bosch Software and Digital Solutions. Today, I would like to introduce how Bosch is leveraging AI-driven innovative solutions to address two critical challenges in modern society: internet security and workplace safety. I will share a specific example of how our solutions are contributing to a safer and more sustainable world. May I ask some questions? Do you know who is Bosch?
Yeah.
Do you know what Bosch is selling?
Really?
Correct. Thank you very much. So for those who might be less familiar, or to offer a quick refresher. Robot Bosch, commonly known as Bosch, is a German headquartered multinational technology and service company, established 1886. With over 400,000 employees worldwide, Bosch maintains a significant global presence with numerous locations across various countries. Bosch is widely recognized as a leading supplier of automotive components. However, we also operate in a diverse range of sectors, including industry technology, consumer goods, and energy and building technology. Especially in the automotive sector, Bosch leads the development of safety and automated driving technologies across all aspects of automotive engineering, from hardware and software to comprehensive system solutions. Through these efforts, Bosch makes diverse societal contributions, including reducing road accidents, enhancing mobility convenience, and mitigating environmental impact. In doing so, Bosch plays an indispensable role in building a safe and sustainable mobility society. As many of you are already aware, technology, digitalization, AI, and connectivity is significantly transforming the way we work, live, and shape society, regardless of geographical or environmental limitations. Bosch is well known for its innovation, strong research and development investments, especially in IoT, AI, and connectivity, and a commitment to sustainability and corporate social responsibility. The company is characterized by its unique ownership structure, with the vast majority of its shares held by the Robert Bosch Foundation, ensuring long-term independence and strategic focus rather than short-term profit maximization. In recent years, internet security has become increasingly important for protecting corporate activities and personal information. As you are aware, many companies have suffered significant damages due to cyber attacks. For instance, well-known companies within the automotive industries have also been victims of cyber attacks. Therefore, establishing robust cybersecurity measures has become an urgent requirement. In the context of Gen AI, which is currently a hot topic, Bosch is also heavily invested in the development of AI and its application to product. To ensure AI is used correctly, we are advancing AI development under the framework of responsible AI, adhering to various rules and regulations. An AI security solution, we have developed AI Seal, which can play a role in protecting AI models from unauthorized or defective data during the development and usage period, thereby safely supporting the application of Gen AI for each company. Let's now move on to discuss workplace safety. Under the goal of New Dimension Sustainability 2025, centrally displayed here, Bosch is approaching sustainability with a multifaceted strategy. This goes beyond more environmental protection, forming part of border management strategy aimed at achieving sustainable development across all social, economic, and environmental aspects. As one of the 6 key focus areas, Bosch highlights health, within which occupational health and safety is positioned as one of the extremely crucial factors. Bosch is actively investing in ensuring safe and healthy working environment which is not only protects the welfare of its employee, but also leads to increased productivity, reduced turnover rate, and an enhancement corporate image. With over 280 factories worldwide, Bosch in each of its facilities treats the enhancement of workplace safety as one of its utmost priorities, alongside improving product and service quality. We are continuously striving for improvement by incorporating the latest safety measures daily with the ultimate goal of achieving zero accident at the workplace. In 2023, our accident rate was 1.49 incidents per million working hours. While this is a decreasing trend, while this figure is very low compared to the industry average, it still falls short of our target of 1.45 incidents per million working hours. Analyzing the cause of workplace accidents has revealed that unsafe behavior, carelessness, and fatigue are the main factors. As our previous safety measures were sometimes insufficient to reach our target, Bosch is now implementing AI-powered safety measures by combining cutting-edge software and digital solutions. In addition to conventional safety training and warnings, so I'd like to share a few use cases here. So our first use case highlights the integration of dynamic milk run, AGV, automated guided vehicle, cobot, and human. While this approach promises significant gains in productivity and flexibility, successfully implementing it requires a strong focus on proactive safety engineering, comprehensive risk assessments, continuous employee training, and robust system monitoring to ensure a safe and efficient working environment. As another use case, this is the implementation of VR, AR-based safe training. AR, augmented reality, overlays digital transformation onto the real world, ideal for on-the-job guidance, maintenance, and complex assembly with smart glasses or tablet. And VR, virtual reality, creates fully immersive situation, simulated environment, perfect for training in dangerous, costly, or hard-to-access scenarios. For example, surgical procedure, emergency response, high-risk operation by using this kind of headset. Digital twin technologies, one of our AI-driven solutions, safety and maintenance form a reactive to a proactive and predictive paradigm. It provides unparalleled visibility, analytical capabilities, and simulation power, significantly improving asset reliability, operational efficiency, and most critically, the overall safety of personnel and operations. Beyond enhancing safety, digital twins are also highly effective for predictive maintenance. Anticipating future maintenance needs, this technology is widely applied across various fields, including not only manufacturing, but also various plant operations and transportation systems. Lastly, this is another AI-driven solution that combines latest robust detection capability with precise position analysis to create an intelligent, proactive safety system. Capable of recognizing dangerous situations when workers approach. It moves beyond passive safety measures to actively prevent incidents by providing timely warning and, in some cases, automated interventions, thereby significantly reducing accident and improving overall work safety. The use cases we have described clearly demonstrate how Bosch is moving beyond traditional safety measures to build a more intelligent and proactive safety system. And we are continuously updating our effort as part of our ongoing commitment and to continue achieving our goals. We view sustainability as a critical balance between economic, ecological, and social dimensions of our business activities, forming an integral part of responsible corporate governance. Among these, occupational safety and employee health remain our utmost priority. We are fully prepared to contribute to society through our corporate activities. At Bosch, we firmly believe the AI, artificial intelligence, when developed and utilized responsibly and effectively, is not a danger, but a powerful enabler. It holds the key to delivering a truly remarkable futures for society, solving complex challenges, and creating new opportunities for safer, more efficient, and more sustainable world. This concludes my presentation for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your amazing lecture. Thank you. Okay. Right now, we have Dr. Ramana Maikata, is expert in programs technical consultant del National Safety Council for USA. When you ever want.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Ram Mekala, and I work for National Safety Council in the U.S. And I just want to thank a few people here, Dr. Pedro Mandelo, more importantly, Hans, and the last but not least, Pablo. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I know I have a bit of time, so I'm just going to give some definitions. Then I go into why AI is important or emerging technologies are important to address this ergonomics and how they are relevant. And I'm going to talk about ironies and challenges and opportunities. Okay. So, I mean, I know you guys came here for emerging technologies. So there are so many ways you can look into, but there's a very good paper which talks about what is emergent technology. It is a radically novel and relatively fast-growing technology characterized by a certain degree of coherence, persisting over time, and with the potential to exert a considerable impact on the socio-economic domains. So whatever we are looking at nowadays, emerging technologies, AI, IoT, you name it, all kind of put that in this perspective, okay? And the technology's most prominent impact, however, lies in the future. And so in the emergence phase is still somewhat uncertain and ambiguous. That's what you have seen with the previous presenters. Great technologies, but you still have a long way to go. So that's what I think that this is a very good definition, which came from UK. Some of these authors are from UK, so a wonderful definition. So what are the typical attributes? If you are, say, for example, if your industry as a senior leader, you want to evaluate, hey, this is a very good technology, let's look at it. At least look into these 5 aspects. It should be radically novel, relatively fast growth, but it has its own faults, as if it's so fast. Coherence, prominent impact. Yes, AI is giving huge impact, but unfortunately you have so much uncertainty, ambiguity as well. So these are the 5 attributes of emerging technology. I'm going to address musculoskeletal disorders. Just a definition: injuries or disorders of the muscles, nerves, tendons, joints, cartilage, or spinal disc. That's the one I'm talking about in terms of the musculoskeletal disorders. Whatever is happening in the work, so we are trying to, MSDs with respect to the work, so that's why it's called work-related MSDs. We are not talking about slips, trips, and falls or the accidents. We are talking about the injuries which develop over a period of time. So that's what. So how best we can use this AI to understand with this. So as you know, if you look at the US businesses, we lose 1 billion per week, in terms of workplace injuries, okay? This is from Liberty Mutual Research Institute for Safety. In 2024 alone, you have 18 billion in US dollars in terms of lost wages and medical expenses. For the last, if you look back in the last 5 years, overexertions, that is with respect to lifting, lowering, pushing, pulling, all these are unfortunately the #1 cause, okay? You have other exertions as well. And of course, repetitive motion with respect to computer-related injuries too, okay? Again, as I said, in the last 5 years, the story is same. Overexertions with respect to MSDs or the injuries is almost, #1, okay? So how do we tackle risk for the MSDs or risk for injuries? A classic definition is risk is a product of hazard times exposure. So if you want to eliminate the hazard, that's great, but majority of the time you can't eliminate the hazard. So what you're doing is you're reducing the exposure. So the product, basically this simple definition helps in terms of how we can assess the risk and also reduce the risk. So those are the 2 important things. It doesn't matter if you are looking at a workplace injury or any injury, okay? So let me just go back. I'm sure we are all in the high technology world. Everybody wants a smartphone. But if you look at it, in 2019, this study tells that, still people are using, lifting, these are the mobile apps, which are still not that popular yet, okay? Obviously, ergonomic assessments, if you see, 21. But if you look at the posture one, that is huge because of the AI, Okay, there's so many, computer vision models have been developed. So I'm just going to talk a bit about that. But, so again, AI has really, really shifted the whole chain. So interestingly, again, only 24 to 25, almost 30% of these ergonomists are using these smart devices. That is in 2019. Yes, in 6 years, it'll change, or it has changed. So previously, how many of you use these observational assessment tools? Classic, if you go to school, that's what you learn. Hey, take a paper, take a pencil, go take a picture, and you analyze the data. Okay, wonderful. It takes time forever. It takes days if you want to analyze a full task, right? So using ruler, REBA, and you have these numeral scores. I'm sure. I've used as a student. In fact, I have used when I was part of my ergonomics jobs as well. This is just an example. You use this wonderful tool. You take it. You keep on using a pencil or a paper, and then you get the data, but it's still a one snapshot. Right? You're taking a picture and you're doing it, right? But the life has changed now, right? Life has changed. You just take a picture. Now you know what's happening with that particular task, right? So I'm going to talk about that. But what we developed at the National Safety Council is this kind of a home or a model. Culture is important if you wanted to address the MSDs. Leadership commitment is important. Worker engagement, you can't go wrong with that because participatory ergonomics that's what it's all about. So I'm going to talk about a few things here, okay? So how do, some of these industries, not everybody is, has all the money like Bosch and, the previous speakers. So even in a small scale industry, how do we take care of, musculoskeletal disorders, right? So how can AI address these issues? If you go back to, again, I showed you the example of Liberty Mutual Workplace Safety Index, which is widely popular all over the world. So what it does is previously you used to use manual coding. You get the data, you keep coding it. But the algorithms, what people have been using now, it has changed the whole world, So what it basically does is it uses a hybrid approach. Whatever you're seeing this data on the right side, it came based on not only just collecting the data, but also using AI, especially the ML and natural language processing, to get that data into meaningful numbers. They use the workers' comp claims, and they make it relevant with respect to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. Okay? So that's what this is all about. And the other one is, there's a very good paper from Vanderbilt University looking at wearable sensors. People are using this emerging technology, collecting the data. How many sensors are needed? 1, 2, 3. There are so many ways you can look into. So again, this particular work, they use supervised machine learning techniques to look at the data. And they use number of types of the sensors, placement of the sensors, they looked at specific algorithms, which are good ones, because there are so many ways to look at the data as well. There is a good paper in terms of diagnosis. Can we use AI, to look at the imaging processing and improve clinical decision making as well, okay? And again, integrating the patient data. If you look at the hospital systems nowadays, people are using quite a bit of data as well. Bottom line is what you're doing is risk prediction and proactive treatments and recommendations to make your life easier as a clinician, right? So unfortunately, in my view, there is no peer-reviewed research looking into AI-powered tailored medical treatment for workers. So because we are just focusing on the occupational side of it. Same thing with return to work. That's becoming popular as well. Yes, the worker gets injured. You're trying to get back the worker back to work. Do we have any, can we use the AI? So one of this is studies from the Hong Kong. They looked at 90,000 multimodality work injury data points. And then AI basically outperformed human case managers, and the occupational therapists in reducing the prediction errors. So there are, again, various ways to look at it. My point is, so again, what they did is they developed a huge dashboard, the way, my previous speaker showed at the Bosch, and all this, wonderful way to look at the data, and it not only saves your time, but also, helps in terms of, getting to the next level in terms of your, intervention strategies, right? So that's what these, basically the predictive analytics help too. So going back to, I said, right, using computer vision, people are using, there's so many technologies now, I've been developed in this world. So the question is, there's a very good study from University of Waterloo in Canada. They looked at what is the best way to look at it. So how does the viewing angle impact computer vision accuracy? Because as you know, there are so many computer vision approaches and is there an optimal angle for achieving that best results? Okay, and also to what extent does motion speed? So for example, a worker is lifting, lowering, if you take a picture, is it really giving you the, if the person is doing it at 20 minutes versus 10 minutes, or within a repetitions, how fast, how slow, what is the best way to detect? So is this particular model which you're using is it accurate enough to capture the data? So there are so many ways. So this particular study from University of Waterloo looked into all this data. Sorry. You want me to be close? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I apologize. So thank you. So how do results vary across, there are different computer vision methodologies, and what factors drive these differences? Okay. So what they did is they looked at, as I said, these are 6 tasks which you see on that, and they use 40 participants. This is a college-based study, though. It's not workers, but it's more of a 40 students. And they use the International Society biomechanics standards in terms of collecting the data. And they also checked 6 computer vision models, okay, which are available in the market. So they use those to look at, again, as I said, there are different ways, but the gold standard, if you go back to in the university system, you use a motion analysis system, right? So they were trying to compare that with respect to the computer vision models. Okay, again, the single camera pose estimation versus multi-camera pose estimation. Okay, so what they found is very interesting, because if you look at this, the root mean square differences, just to give you a clear picture, the ground. So the direction of capture matters. The message is the direction of the way you take the pictures to get the data is very, very important, okay? So the ground truth is basically the way, you're getting the data from using the motion sensors versus these different computer vision. So their point is that, the ground truth reference data versus the single camera pose, across all computer vision based risk assessment tools vary, depends on the, the fast work versus, slow paced work, okay? And so again, their point is that, yes, it's a great tool, but also influence of pace. If a person is doing fast versus slow, that does matter as well when you are capturing the data, okay? So because of time, running out of time, so I'm just going fast. So again, what it says is that, majority of these tasks in the workplace can be effectively captured and analyzed using just a single camera pose estimation. But however, any fast movements can be very tricky. It's not that easy to capture. So what they're doing is, they are coming out with this beautiful manual looking at computer vision, posture assessment. So they are trying to come out with best practices. If you are using a certain computer vision model, what is the way to get the what is the accuracy, what is the prediction accuracy and all that stuff. Bottom line is, what we are saying is that if you are using a one computer vision model and the computer vision model A, computer vision model B, you really need to know the algorithms before you say that, hey, this is great, we can use it. Hey, I mean, you just buy a shiny object, then it might not capture enough information. Okay, the problem, I think one of the things we need to address is the ironies of artificial intelligence. When automation started, when you talk about automation in 1980s and 1990s, there was a great paper came from UK, Luciane Bainbridge. She talked about ironies of automation. So what Dr. Micah Ansley said is that she basically compared those ironies of automation into ironies of AI. Yes, artificial intelligence is still not that intelligent, okay? Yeah, you think that this is a great tool, but despite its advancements, AI like ChatGPT mimics human language, but lacks true understanding and struggle with the context, causation, biases, and creativity, okay? And the more intelligent and adaptive the AI, the less people understand it, because we still don't know, it's a black box. We still don't know what exactly goes in, because not many manufacturers, I should say, the people who develop, they are not going to tell you, what exactly goes in, okay? The more capable the AI, the poorer people's ability to compensate for its shortcomings. When you are so used to using AI, then unfortunately, it results in situational awareness, lack of situational awareness, okay? Again, there are two more. So the more intelligent the AI, the harder it is to discern its limitations and bias. Again, we came with so many literature, as say, talking about racial bias, facial. There's so many issues with AI. So yes, AI is great. My point is emerging technologies are great, but it has its own, limitations as well. Again, AI's hidden biases and process amplify human biases and complicate users' ability to detect and mitigate them effectively. The last one is the more natural the AI communication, the harder it is to assess its trustworthiness. Again, the responsible AI, trustworthy AI, all these are coming into picture purely because of this. Yes, again, my point is emerging technologies are great, but please, we still need a human. We still need a human to make sure that what you're delivering is a good one, okay? And so the last, I think, again, as you know, it's technology. You need to understand the AI, worker privacy, that's a huge issue, and also policy and regulation. Basically, again, I know I'm running out of time. So these things, technology, yes, it's still not up there. Worker privacy is important. We still don't have enough policies and regulations. Of course, EU is way ahead of US in terms of regulations, but still, we still a lot to be done. And again, final thoughts from my side. Emerging technologies play a crucial role in identifying, modeling, and mitigating the risk by risk factor identification, wearable monitoring, work environment. Please don't take notes. I can send you guys the slides if you want. Okay. When implementing emerging technologies, you need to be developed, deployed, and used responsibly. That's important. And again, whatever the models you're using, whatever the technologies using, please, they have to be explainable, they have to be transparent and understandable for both employees and also employers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Maikala, for your interesting and amazing conference about the AI and the future of the ergonomics. We hope to have a nice future.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Thank you, guys. Sorry, I was going back and forth. So
thank you. Whatever. Yes. The last speaker, Guillermo Meneguzzi from La Segunda IoT from Argentina. Some questions, yes? Well.
Bueno, Pedro, primero, muchísimas gracias. Les pido disculpas, pero podría ser elegante y decir que voy a hablar en español por el público que tengo de Latinoamérica, pero la verdad es que no es muy bueno mi inglés. Así que quisiera tomarme unos segundos, primero para contarles quiénes somos, quién es La Segunda. Curiosamente somos una compañía de seguro argentina, nacida en Argentina hace 92 años, y que curiosamente nació para atender los seguros de accidente de trabajo del personal agropecuario, donde es una de las actividades principales de mi país. También curiosamente fue creada por médicos, una compañía de seguro creada por médicos para cuidar a las personas y que en la actualidad cubre todas las ramas del seguro. Médicos, nuestros fundadores, muy desafiantes, porque empezaron con una tarea no muy sencilla, como es cuidar a la gente, proteger a la gente dentro del ámbito laboral, pero el desafío que nos dejó para siempre, creo, es el nombre, La Segunda. Hay que llamarse La Segunda y es necesario que uno lo explique porque llamarse La Segunda nos obliga a explicar por qué es la segunda y no la primera. Bueno, la segunda nos llamamos porque lo primero son las personas. Dicho esto, que es una ideal de marketing que nos salvó de semejante problema, quiero contarles que somos una compañía que hace 92 años que trabajamos en la Argentina. Tenemos más de 2.000 oficinas en todo el país.
We can translate our Spanish. So could you speak in English?
No.
Could you speak in English?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Pablo,
We can translate.
can you translate? Can you translate?
¿Sí?
Yes. Okay.
Ah, bien, perfecto.
Okay, traduce. Well, I'm sorry.
That's okay. No lo sabía, perdón. Excuse. Bueno, that's okay. Muy bien. Okay, vamos.
So,
Bueno, vamos entonces directamente a las preguntas.
Yeah.
¿Eh? Bien.
yeah.
We start with the questions now?
Well, yes.
Okay, so we will start with the questions right now. Sorry. Please go ahead.
Yes, I don't have it.
Yes, can you please? Okay.
Yes. So, how to ensure occupational health and safety with robot and cobot interacting with humans? It's a question for you, obviously.
Bien, ok. A ver, ¿cómo pueden...? Yo soy un convencido que, los cobots... A ver, primero, está bueno hacer la introducción de que la transformación digital es la transformación más grande que creo que ha transitado por lo menos hasta el momento la humanidad. Es transversal a todas las actividades y en todo el planeta.
Can you translate?
So, under my understanding, like the transition that we are having right now with artificial intelligence and this digitalization is the biggest that it have ever happened in the history of human life, and it's also transgender in every single one of the aspects. So it goes through all the status of the company and all the different companies that there is out there.
Entonces, como esta gran transformación, muchas veces, como otras transformaciones que han ocurrido en la humanidad, pueden sonar como una amenaza hacia puestos de trabajo. Yo creo que la posibilidad de utilizar cobot es un complemento ideal que nunca va a reemplazar al trabajo humano.
Okay, so I do believe that this transformation that we are suffering, like which is really great, still is not going to change it in the sense that like we will still be using humans, but it actually increases like it makes it better since we now can do other tasks faster, smarter, and in a different way.
Lo que sí nos vas a obligar, como en tantos otros cambios que ha transitado la humanidad y el mercado del trabajo, es justamente a tener que preparar a las personas para que seguramente desaparezcan algunos puestos de trabajo, pero también se crearán nuevos puestos de trabajo.
So what we have to focus right now is to prepare the people and to educate them so they know how to adapt to those changes. Yes, true, some of those workplaces, they will disappear, but however, there's many more that they will be creating it, so we have to work on it.
Las organizaciones vamos a tener que tener ya en nuestras planificaciones estratégicas para los próximos años los programas de desarrollo justamente para pensar qué vamos a hacer con las personas y en qué puestos o cómo van a mutar esos puestos para que la tarea que antes puede ser rutinaria, que ahora las van a hacer las máquinas.
So what we have to focus as a company is like how to prepare these new scenarios with where more of the things that we used to do ourselves on repeat and so on, they're going to be automatized, and how to like actually work it with our like programs, like formation and whatsoever for the people who is working on it.
Revisar nuestros mapas de procesos y ver, bueno, las personas en cada puesto de trabajo, qué valor agregado ponen dentro de cada uno de los procesos productivos, ya sea de bienes o de servicios, y incluir, como decía anteriormente, de todas las planificaciones de cualquier organización, la capacitación e ir preparando a su gente para el trabajo que ya no es el futuro, es el presente.
Okay, so what we have to mainly be focused on is like what are those talents and those things that they go beyond the automatization and the things that like people is actually bringing into the workflow and the things that it cannot be replaced, and how to still using and to empower them through like helping them out to not feel like challenged or whatsoever for the automatization. Because at the end of the day, what we're truly searching for and we're truly looking into is like these ideas, and those ideas mainly they come from people who have all the background and experience. It's not an exact translation because I'm not a translator, as you can understand, but I'm taking the main ideas for you guys.
Ok, resumiendo, creo que es una excelente sociedad, o va a ser una excelente sociedad entre los humanos y los cobots.
No, one more.
One more?
Sí.
One question more, please. Next one, please.
Okay.
How to mitigate the negative effect of automation and AI on workers' mental health?
Yo creo que, bueno, un poco lo decíamos recién, es adelantarnos a empezar a preparar a las nuevas generaciones, a nuestros trabajadores, para entender que, bueno, que el trabajo rutinario que en las organizaciones se venían dando hasta ahora y todavía se puede encontrar, va a empezar a desaparecer porque lo van a hacer las máquinas y lo van a hacer mejor inclusive.
Yes. So at the end, we have to prepare people in order to understand that like everything that it have to be like everything that you do more than once, it had to be automated because they do it faster, they do it non-stop, they do it every single hour of the day. But like it's not a challenge, it's not an issue. That's what people should not be doing, actually. They should be using their brains and they should be coming up with ideas and so on. And for this, so this should be like empowering and liberating this whole automatization thing. So, but like still, we need to like explain it to them and to take the time for them to understand.
Sí es importante en esta transición, el lado positivo, vamos a sacar a las personas de puestos de trabajo que puedan estar expuestas a accidentes traumáticos. Pero, sin duda, lo que ya estamos viendo, y sobre todo a partir de la pandemia, todo lo que tenga que ver con el riesgo psicosocial o las enfermedades psicológicas del personal. Y vuelvo a lo mismo, creo que es parte de la planificación estratégica de cualquier organización, tener en cuenta el cuidado de la salud ya en forma integral, no solamente dentro del puesto de trabajo.
So at the end, like, and since COVID, we have been seeing this, like how mental health diseases and so on have been actually one of the main causes or the main roots of the issues that we're having right now. So we have to focus into that and we have to bring tools to the people so they know how to face different situations, always in a positive approach. But the most important is not just at the workplace, but those are tools that they need to integrate themselves into their personal life. It's not that I just care about my employees whenever they are at the workplace. It goes beyond that. I have to give them tools that they can also replicate at home, to teach it to their kids, to teach it to their family. So they end up like as a team working and we keep improving, because at the end of the day, like companies, they make society. So at the end of the day, you need those companies to be a center for focusing into that.
Thank you, Guillermo, and thank you, Pablo. Thank you for all.
Okay.
We finished.
Sí, we have a few more questions that we cannot go through right now, but Guillermo, he has like a video prepared for you guys, which is very beautiful. They spend a lot of money, so we have to watch it 100%. And it is to promote our Congress, the one that they will be set on La Segunda.
In 2020.
Bueno, gracias a la Fundación ORP, el próximo año vamos a organizar en Argentina nuestro primer congreso internacional. Llevamos dos links muy exitosos en el 2024 y 2025 y bueno, queremos aprovechar no solamente para invitarlos, sino que bueno, a partir de este video, como decía Pablo, puedan conocer los lugares de Argentina donde se van a realizar ese congreso.
So we are going to just show a brief video about Argentina and the Congress that we are going to be holding together with La Segunda RT. It's going to be in three main places, Buenos Aires, going to be Rosario, where they have an amazing, beautiful building, and also in Iguazu. Like now, we're going to give you a teaser, and all of you, if you want to come, like he will pay for all the trips, the hotels, so don't you worry, and congratulations. By the way, this presentation I made it myself and I'm quite proud because it makes a lot of transition and it looks cool. So 1 second, like that way you get to see it, the whole of it. Okay, and this was the thank you. And here we
Los esperamos en Argentina. Muchísimas
Thank you
gracias.
very much. This is all. Come on.